Ross has them all. For Dave, for Trish, for Tom, for Dawn. At Ross, our list of great gifts goes on and on and on.
To be first among seconds sounds logically impossible. Not so for the members of one hardworking comedy troupe now marking its 50th anniversary. They make names for themselves by making people laugh any way they can. And alumni of the group can be found in all sorts of places. Our cover story is reported now by contributor Nancy Giles.
Just for laughs, take Steve Carell.
I think that pretty much sums it up. I found it at Spencer Gifts.
Tina Fey.
I'm not over it, and now I'm wearing this. What is the deal with my life?
Are you imitating me?
No! This is what I sound like when I cry!
And all these other folks. A virtual who's who of American comedy. What do they have in common? They all came from Second City, a powerhouse of comedy theater. Full disclosure, that's me in the Second City Touring Company back in 1984. I wasn't exactly in the who's who category.
Turn to the person on your left. Now, the person on your right. One of those people is going to die. Someday. Now, without saying a word, I'd like for you to choose in your mind which you'd prefer it to be. Here's the creepy part. Someone just selected you.
They've been knocking them dead for half a century at Second City.
Freeze!
50 laugh-a-minute years that have spawned 2 resident companies, 4 touring companies, and theaters in Chicago and Toronto.
Seriously, 7 out of 10 teenage girls have a negative body image.
Yeah, well, 6 of them girls are right.
It's like doing Shakespeare, really.
Andrea Martin performed both on stage and in SCTV, the comedy series created by Second City in 1976.
Can you direct me to the hotel?
Well, it's like doing Shakespeare because you think of all the people that have come before me, and I'm saying those words, and it somehow bolsters you and makes you feel part of an instant family.
Can you direct me to the hotel? 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 Can you direct me to the hotel?
You just go down 2 blocks, you can miss it.
What makes a great Second City actor?
Well, they have to be smart.
Andrew Alexander, co-owner and executive producer of Second City.
You know, they have to be funny. You know, they have to be prepared to support their fellow actor.
It all started in Chicago.
The Second City.
The Windy City.
And a converted Chinese laundry.
In 1959.
It was in the 1930s that a woman named Viola Spolin had the idea to use improvisational games to teach immigrant kids to communicate. Her son, Paul Sills, Second City's first director, put those games on stage, and improv comedy was born.
What is going on with you?
Just a little upset, man.
Why?
What do you think? Our 35-year-old son just moved back into our damn house, that's why.
What did he do, Don? He lost his job, he lost his condo, he needs us right now.
I know, it's just that he's cramping my style a little bit.
How is he cramping your style?
For one, he's cut my bathroom time in half.
You know what I've said about that, Don?
Nope.
You're in there too long, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Second City has defined a process for making funny.
Kelly Leonard is Second City's executive vice president.
What we do is we create triple threats. We create actors who can write, who can perform, and who can improvise.
One of you immediately creates a character in full monologue. Then everyone else becomes that exact same character, speaking their own monologue. Go. Good.
In the 60s and 70s, Second City's political irreverence and spontaneity attracted a lot of attention. Filmmaker Harold Ramis came to Second City in 1969.
Abby Hoffman used to improvise with us.
No kidding.
Yeah, during the hearing, during the conspiracy hearing.
Was he good?
No. He was a little self-centered. He did manage to sleep with all the women. That was
Mom, this is my best friend at school, Al Doré. Hi, Mrs. Smedley.
Hello, Al.
One of the keys to successful improv is sharing the spotlight.
I now tell film students and acting students, I say, identify the most talented person in the room. And if it's not you, go stand next to them. I saw Bill Murray, hey, can I come along? Yeah.
As opposed to competing with him.
Yeah, or John Belushi. I
Right.
thought, how can I, with John on stage, total force of nature, you didn't go up against it. My thought was, well, how can I serve this amazing talent?
Ramis served that talent by writing blockbuster comedies, including Animal House, Ghostbusters, and Caddyshack, which he also directed.
What an incredible Cinderella story. This unknown comes out of nowhere to lead the pack.
I had Bill Murray for 6 days, and I knew he's the best improvising actor in America. So I thought, well, wherever Bill's in the script and with no scripted dialogue, I'm just going to let him talk.
This crowd has gone deadly silent. Cinderella story, out of nowhere. A former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion.
That was all improvised?
Fully improvised,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole!
First of all, I'd never done characters.
Today we'll be talking about the snake. It's like we'll be talking about the snake, you know.
Martin Short began at Second City in 1977 on the Toronto stage, where he learned to invent characters, zany characters, like the nerdy oddball Ed Grimley.
I would come out and I'd kind of be doing this character. I was kind of doing a little bit of my brother-in-law, a little bit of this guy I knew a guy in high school. He wanted to be a photographer. He wanted to take slides. And it's his voice. You could almost draw the notes of da-da-da-da.
People will come up to me and say, Ed, is a snake the devil? Is he a devil? Well, a lot of people wonder that, a lot of island people. Well, I don't think so. To me, if that isn't a bunch of baloney, why did I just bring 2 pieces of bread for lunch?
Hi, ladies, you're picking up for the main stage?
Yes, we are.
Awesome, you're in the right place. If one person
Of course, Second City isn't just a star factory. It's a $30 million a year business that goes well beyond the box office. There are improv classes with more than 2,000 students. There's a summer camp for kids. And there's Second City Communications, where troupe members help launch new products and spice up business meetings and events with a little improv.
Why should we hire you? Why should we trust you with our investment plan?
We're an independent firm, which is a very honest way of doing business. See, we have no conflict of interest. We do not accept kickbacks or gifts. In fact, I even sent a check to the producers of this show for the bottled water I had in the green room.
Actually, the water in the green room is free to all guests. So.
I signed my quarterly ethics policy before I came here today. I am not taking any unnecessary risks. Okay.
Wow. Straight and narrow.
In some ways, Second City is just a big school.
All right, class, now I want to talk about the election. This is a very exciting time in American history. We have our first president.
And like students in high school or college, performers only stay for 3 or 4 years before they move on.
Times are changing.
Racism still
Tony,
exists.
I'm gonna need you to raise your hand, buddy.
Fame doesn't come at Second City. It only comes afterward, if at all.
We're not trying to own those people forever, even though we've helped hone their careers and train them at a stage when no one knew who they were.
And remember, don't make any mention of his legs. He's very sensitive.
We know.
It's been 50 years of laughs. 50 years of trials and errors, of stars and second bananas.
This is Dr. Cheryl Kinsey reminding you that even bad sex is better than no sex at all.
And what those 50 years have shown is that Second City is second to none.
He says, roll the credits. Roll the credits!
Ahead, the debonair star who was second to none.